Okay guys, some of you guys were asking where did I balance my Eagle 100. Well, as you can see, the batteries are located here. I left them off here about isn't quite a quarter, but I would say about a quarter over forward of the tray. I originally had planned to make this as my tray, but I was testing it with 5-cell battery, so that didn't work out. I think I was a little anxious just to get out there and taxi the Eagle and see what it did. But originally, 2 5-cells would sit right here. That's a battery tray I made. I usually make these on all my planes because I don't fly gas, I fly electric. So usually wherever a gas tank would sit, I would make a tray similar to this. You can see in there. And I still haven't hooked up my retracts. If you're going to use retracts, these wings have to come off. So if you're running an airline, here, you would have to make the airline extra long so you can cut and rehook T's every time you actually want to fly and use the retracts, because this plane is 71 inches long. If you don't have a trailer, there's really no other way to transport it but to break it down. So that was my idea. That was another reason why I didn't retract the gear too, was because I'm at to buy a nice bag of these T's to hook the airline up every time I go to pull the wings off, unless you make them super long. But you're going to always need 1 or 2 people there with you to transport this plane. Back here, the plane is now flipped over, but as you can see in there, back here you have my speed controls. I left the speed controls with the short wires that I had already pre-soldered the bullets on. They came with the wires probably about 4 inches long, you know, as any speed control. As you can see, they're right inside where the knuckle is. The knuckle's right there, and it's located just inside. Now what I did use was, it's 2 dings here, so pretty much I can disconnect this and run it from the front. That way, if I ever need to use this speed control again, or if I wanted to just use it really quick, I could disconnect it here and disconnect it from here, from where it's connected to the motor. So there's no issues there. There's no worry that I can't get to that. Those are Castle Creation 85 amp speed controls here that I'm using. For me, I know you guys are probably thinking I spent a little money for those, but I like to run with nothing but the best. I haven't had any issues with Castle Creation or Thunder Power, or most of the times on my prop planes I use E-Flight or Axie. I just don't deal with nothing's just really not name brand. We had a gentleman out at the flying club about a week and a half ago. He had 2 of those Hobby City speed controls. I believe it's like $100 for 100 amp, big, twice as big as this speed control, and it's black. Anyways, he had 2 of them burn out in one day at the field. They both were from Hobby City. Not saying not recommend that, but that's one of the reasons why I tend to stick with what I know it works and it doesn't burn out on me. I've always been successful with these products that I constantly use. I know they cost a little bit, but hey, you get what you pay for, right? And something this big, I wouldn't want to. Something this big, I wouldn't want to go cheap. I'm gonna see if I can show you where my wires are up front here. Yeah, my wires are right up front, which the plane is upside down, so that's my servo tray I was telling you. And those are where my most of my wires are mingled up at. The reason why I mentioned on the thread that you don't want to keep the wires caught up right here is because you're going to be removing the wings here. So you're going to need access here. You're going to need access with an Allen wrench here to hook the wings up. So I didn't think that was a very good idea. But different people, I mean, if you have a trailer, then you'll be just fine. But just one of the problems I saw on the thread that people should be notified about. See, so there you have it. Now what I'm going to do is move on here and put the wings on for you, and grab my CG balancer and show you guys exactly where I balanced it at. I did use the book recommendations. I don't know if this actual retract here is a roll bar, and it has the thick roll bar strut there. And I noticed some of you guys are using probably roll bars, but you're using the wire rim, which is pretty much the thickness of what you see on the box of purchasing the plane with the thin wire. It looks like fixed landing gear, but it's actually retracts you guys are running. It's pretty neat. I actually could use some of those for some of my planes, but these I think that might be why you guys are getting your balance with the battery back here. But mine's, like I said, mine's a quarter of the battery forward. I originally had them right here, which was totally nose heavy. And actually, to be honest, when I moved them here, I can feel that the plane didn't want to tilt as far. It tilted downwards, but it wasn't as heavy as it was before. So if you go back anymore, you're going to actually be nose heavy. So I would really watch that. I haven't added any lead into here. This is all just electronics, batteries, landing gear, and the plane itself. I haven't added any other weight. I just rearranged some of the stuff around, and I probably will rearrange it one more time and make my wires look nicer as they're ramped up under there. I was kind of in a rush just to get this project done and over with for Nitro planes. So I'll put the wings on and the hatch on, and then I'll show you a quick demo of where the CG. Anyways, there we go. We got a better shot there. You can see the 140 right there. So I'm set at 137 here, which is a little bit more than almost a half inches, 5.5 inches almost. As you can see, I'm set there at 137. Now I'm holding the wheel here. The plane's nose heavy. I haven't added any weight or anything, just the way the balance came out.